It's a pretty marvelous place. It looks a lot different than it did when I was a kid. The aisles are different. As a matter of fact, the sanctuary had been changed in the 1930s and was changed again in the 1980s. It's pretty spectacular. But let me turn the camera around and let you look backward down the aisle. And when I was in the choir up there, all of that was hidden. They had built a wall across the organ vault, and you couldn't see that back stained glass window.
And to get up to the choir loft, it was a long set of steps. These did not used to have carpeting on them. The original organist, Mrs. Keller, the mother of our choir director, Alice Fisher, was an older, slow woman who often stepped aside or tried to while we made our way up to this beautiful place.
And when they made that renovation, they built a room out under the balcony. This is where I sat doing the radio broadcast at Christmas all those years.
This church has always had a marvelous tradition of music. At midnight mass, there are more people in this church from other churches than from this parish itself. I went to First Communion here and Confirmation and sang at a ton of weddings. But my biggest thrill was being here year after year at Christmas Eve.
And in one corner of the balcony is a little tight room full of publications and sheet music. And here's a ladder that goes all the way up to the top of the bell tower. In a younger and thinner part of my life, I climbed up there once with a long microphone cable to put a microphone by the bells. In a way, I always think of this choir loft as being home. I spent 26 Christmases up here doing live radio on Christmas Eve, and an awful lot of childhoods down there. I'm Dennis Staley.